Hello there, I'm Black Bright News, and I just wanted to show you a couple of videos, just very briefly. I'm not going to go through it, but you might come across them, so I wanted to show them to you and then put my little 2p worth in. So this is the first one.
More than 7 million UK citizens could unknowingly lose money this year because of laws they haven't even heard about. That's not an exaggeration. Right now, new rules are being rolled out quietly. The scariest part, most people won't realise what's happening until it's too late. So here's the big question. Are you financially safe under these new UK laws? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover 10 new laws that could directly impact your wallet and what you can do right now to...
Well, first of all, there wasn't 10, there was only 2. So that was a little taster of that one. The other one was this one.
UK, no ID, no groceries. From August 12th, a shocking new supermarket rule comes into force. Without a government-issued photo ID, you will not be allowed to enter any supermarket in the UK, even for basic essentials like bread or milk. Officials claim it's to stop shoplifting and fraud, but critics say it will destroy daily life for millions. This means teenagers...
That's the second one. Okay, there's one more, which is this one. I think this is a bit different.
Pensioners without passports and anyone who's simply forgotten their wallet could be turned away at the door. Supermarkets will have staff at entrances checking IDs, and shoppers...
Well, you know, one thing I don't like about, I love TikTok, but one thing I don't like about it is that they have these programs. The programs that do that is AA edits, and they sound very, very professional, and they're like a marketing tool. So they make things sound convincing for the people who are not aware, and you're going to run away with that and think, oh my goodness. First of all, the one without the shops is totally outdated. I was trying to look up and find if there was anything that was valid for this year. There's nothing. I searched and searched. They've got something called Campaign 25, came out in 2012, I think. And that was to do with restricting people under 25 from buying restricted goods. And so, but that is totally different from this scaremongering that they're doing there. So I wrote down a few little notes. They were talking about 10 points, like I said, but there wasn't 10 points, there was only 2. And one of them said, UK is going to quietly roll out the Britcoin, not the Bitcoin. And it says, wake up, one day cash will not be accepted. Legislative and build phases 2026 to 2028. If a decision is made to proceed, primary legislation will be required to authorise the digital pound. Now we know that something is going on like that, but it's not. Maybe what that video means is that these things are happening. We don't know that about them yet. So it's not publicized, so I can't find out the authenticity of it. I don't know if it's true or if it's not true. But I suggest that you do your own homework and you check it out. So on this one, you'd search for digital pound infrastructure to find out what you want to find out about that particular video. And it includes testing for security, resilience and scalability. On the www.gov.uk website, a digital pound would be a new form of digital money for use by households and businesses for their everyday payment needs. And it looks like it's going to be held in a government-held digital wallet. I was wondering if this would be the same place that your passport goes into and your driving license and any other government ID. The argument for this, for digital payments, is faster payments, less fraud, smoother digital transactions. So the digital pound is programmable. So the government can determine when, where, and how you spend your money if it came to that. This is already being discussed in official documents, apparently. Don't know how true this is. I don't know the voice behind AA Edits, who are credited for the post, but AA Edits offer top-notch post-production services. And that's why they sound so convincing. To make information sound convincing, so I had to look it up. Similar to China, social scoring credit system, they've already got it in place, where the Chinese government evaluates the trustworthiness, that's what they call it, of individuals and businesses. It uses a vast database to compile information and assigns core impacting access to services and opportunities, while it is presented in a way to enhance social order and promote honesty. And what happens is, if you have a low scoring, you don't have access to services. I remember watching where a man couldn't take the bus because he had a low score. You're unable to rent property. It's not good. So that was okay. I've put here, those with low scores face penalties and could be placed on the blacklist, unable to travel, rent, or have access to service. But that is in China. That's not in the UK yet. So the other one that they spoke about, they did say there was 10, but this was the second one. The second one was the ISA Reform Act 2025. Apparently, it alleges to reduce the annual tax allowance from 20,000 to 15,000, which means loss of tax-free gains over time. Apparently, the limit is going to be freezed for the next 5 years, so there's going to be surprise tax bills. And there'll be the restricting of transfers of ISAs between providers. So I strongly suggest you look up ISA Reform Act. I couldn't find anything. And the UK Cash Payment Restrictions Bill. Now, what is the UK Cash Payments Restrictions Bill? Well, what they claim, this AA Edits, they claim legal limits on how much you can use in a single transaction, whether it's publicly or with individuals. And any transaction over 5,000 in cash will become illegal. And so if you wanted to buy a car, for example, you'd need to have a paper trail. Mind you, I don't know if I'd want to part with £5,000 worth of cash anyway without a paper trail. But anyway, this is what they're talking about. But like I said, I couldn't find anything under that heading, Cash Payment Restrictions Bill. And also the bit about the them putting storekeepers in front of the shop to prevent people from going in if they haven't got an ID, because they need to know whether or not you're legally in the country. So they want to see your passport and they want to see your driving license. Apparently, there's no widespread government mandate on teenagers and pensioners without passport to prove that they have a right to live in the UK in order to buy groceries. Apparently, this would be headline news if it was. There is, however, like I said, the Challenge 25 scheme preventing underage sales of restricted goods to minors, which encourages retailers to ask anyone who appears to be under the age of 25 for ID. So it's very difficult on TikTok to know what is real news, what is fake news, what is exaggerated news, what is genuinely new information, but it's being hidden. It's very difficult to know. So all we can do is our homework, and keep on top of things that we hear about, and so that it doesn't come as a surprise later on down the line. So I thought I would share those few bits with you. I don't think there's anything else. Hold on one sec. 1, 2. TikTok is telling me, do I need more time to stay on? I've got one of those timers on it so I don't go over a particular time. So under I think I'm finishing now. So I think if you've got any comments, let me know what you think, and I think I'll stop it there. That's all for now. Bye bye.